Hey, Captain, remember our man-on-man rapist, Bobby Trapito? We got two of his Attica boyfriends on tape.
Yeah, we're in a gang.
It's religious in nature. The devil's disciples.
Was Bobby Trapito a member?
Bobby, he was gang property.
What does that mean?
We owned them, we'd use them.
You mean sexually?
When we were bored, we rented him out.
A lot more of that and another 6 cons singing the same tune.
Can you use this?
You bet. I'll need one.
Did Bobby resist?
Sure she did, at first.
Then we held her down, and the little princess enjoyed it even more.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hey guys, welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here in Albuquerque. And of course, I am joined on the line by Josh. How are things, Josh?
Well, I'm on the COVID merry-go-round for a third time.
Yeah. How How is everybody in your your contacts group?
I'm guesstimating that this is the 4th of 7 times that I've been with the entire family of one side or the other, mine or Jackie's, that I've gotten sick. Twice COVID, once influenza B, and once the worst cold I've had in decades, maybe. I half joking that I can never see any of our families again. This one was the mildest of the 3 times I've had it now.
That's good. Knock on wood.
This is the first day that I didn't take anything with acetaminophen, so cheers.
Yeah, nice. Cheers. That sucks. Last fall, I was basically sick for 4 months straight. It was the first year Max was in
2 falls
school.
ago, that was for me. It's
just constant.
Stupid.
And like kid in pre-K, it was his first time being in any kind of organized classroom. We were just wrecked. This year so far, knock on wood, we've been better, but I do need to go start getting a litany of shots. And I need to get shots for another reason. This is big breaking news that I haven't shared with Josh yet. We have another one on the way, Josh. Another
Jesus.
little boy. So, yeah. So, I'm excited, but it's been taking up a lot of my time getting ready for that. There's been a lot to do. Making kissed goodbye to our guest room. So, give up your dreams. Well, you could still stay with us. It's just more of a couch in our hotel lobby room, not
Sure.
your own nice room with a closed. Well, it has a door that closes, but if we need to go to work in the morning, we'd have to walk past you while you're sleeping.
Sure, right.
But so that should be exciting. TBD as to exactly what that means for as far as everything pod related. But I did want to share it with the munchies because, we'll figure it out one way or the other.
Congrats!
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I've waited a while because when you're a woman who's over 35, it is very difficult to get and stay pregnant. So, didn't want to jinx it because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But so far,
it's what they call a geriatric pregnancy.
It is. That is what they call it. So far, knock on wood, fingers crossed, seems to be healthy and happy. Maybe to my future chagrin, we'll see.
Well, I feel like you're projecting the happiness, but
no, it's going to be fun.
A little pod biz to take care of. Per an announcement last year, there will be In-N-Outs opening in New Mexico by 2027.
Oh, okay.
So they're on the way.
But there's going to be there's competition here because
I know.
There's a lot of burger. This is a burger culture here.
But I had speculated that there has to be one in New Mexico. For whatever reason, New Mexico is the last of the 4 corner states to get one. One more thing, if you're thinking about subscribing to our Patreon feed and have not done so yet, I just wanted to let listeners know that new subscribers after November 1 who subscribe through the iOS Patreon app will be subject to Apple's 30% App Store fee. If you were going to subscribe, just do it through the browser. Don't do it through the iOS store, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't do it through the Patreon iOS app. Do it through
through a browser.
Patreon. Do it through the browser, patreon.com/muchmybets.
Is like the Google store doing that? I mean, I don't know.
No, Patreon's been fighting it, but basically to be hosted at the App Store, Patreon had to do that. So, yeah. So just make sure to not sign up through the Patreon app.
Might as well plug the Patreon now. $3 a month. You get ad-free access to our entire back catalog. And there will be a few ad breaks during this one. Hopefully they are not for products that you are, that irritate you or give you, trauma listening to the ads. Now for $2 extra, you can join our Munchies tier. So you can listen to the unedited editions of these podcasts a week early. So in this one, you'll get to hear some burger talk already. God knows what else we'll get into. You get to hear some Southern Illinois talk, surely some St. Louis airport talk. But
there will be some F1 talk coming, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good tease, Josh. Also, for Patreon and for anybody else, we just finished before we recorded this a lovely interview with Michelangelo Milano, who graciously spared a lot of time to talk with us about his delightful cold open scene in Possessed. Still to this day,
one of the most memorable scenes we've ever done.
It might be my favorite episode of the show that I can remember watching, at least since we started doing this. Bang is right there. They both got 10s, justifiably.
I feel less bad about enjoying Possessed because we know that Bang ended a marriage.
Bang did end a marriage. I mean, I do feel like some of the stars in Possessed have their own skeletons.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that a lot.
Anyways, Josh, we do have an episode to talk about, but first, should we talk about what we're drinking?
I just finished my first Old Style. That is the first drink that I've had.
Nice.
Since Saturday.
What did you get, like a care package from the Shy or something?
No, they sell Old Style up here.
Weird. I am drinking a Le Cumbre acclimated American Pale Ale. I've had this before. Of course, I'm drinking it in a koozie that I borrowed from friend of the show, John Pike. It's the other half.
Liberated.
Yeah. Other half, a lovely brewery in New York. This week we watched Philadelphia. That's season 8, episode 16. And man, oh man. Now, when you see season 8, you might get excited. Oh, Neil Barrier's. Oh, Stabler's there. But just remember, season 8 is not the heights of some others.
Season 8 can give, but it can also take away.
Yeah. And we'll see. We'll see if this is one of those episodes. While working an off-the-book stakeout in pursuit of maybe her brother, Olivia Benson gets guns drawn on her by multiple undercover New Jersey cops. Thankfully for her, Elliot Stabler has been kicked out of his house by Kathy and has literally nothing better to do than follow his dumbass partner all over the tri-state area as she violates people's rights and commits crimes. Stabler manages to defuse the standoff enough so that both NYP detectives are merely placed in custody by the NJ cops and taken in for questioning. As he so often does, Cragen bails our 2 stars out, then pulls them into his office for a classic vent session where he threatens their jobs, but immediately puts them back on the street to investigate an actual crime in their jurisdiction that I'm sure will receive their full concentration. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
There is a serial man-raper team with a van on the loose, and their latest victim is recovering at the hospital. Victim Ronnie says there were 2 attackers. They were average-looking white guys, but like the other 2 victims, Ronnie refuses to testify for fear that it will destroy his upcoming wedding plans. Not 2 seconds after being directly ordered to take Ronnie on a tour of Central Park to jog his memory, Liv fucks off to go hang out with Wong at the FBI office. Wong has acquired Simon Marsden's juvenile record. George asks her what this is about, so Liv tells him that she ran a kinship analysis between her DNA and a sample of Marsden's that remained on file from a DNA dragnet in a totally unrelated case. The result proves that she and Marsden have the same father. Dun, dun, dun. Liv drops by Simon's girlfriend Lucy's house while he's at work to try and pry some information out, then is confronted by NJ Captain Julia Millfield, who wonders why on earth Benson would return to a house she knew was under surveillance, which she'd been specifically warned away from. Instead of arresting her, though, Millfield takes her to a bar to chat. Millfield thinks Marsden is a serial stalker who has broken into 3 women's houses during the day and rearranged their underwear drawers. She asks to know what Liv has on Marsden, but Liv basically tells her to get fucked and leaves. Benson joins her fellow SVUs to look for the Central Park spree rapist and tells Elliot that she's devastated that long-lost brother Simon is probably a rapist. Thankfully, Munch and Finn are actually doing their jobs and notice a van that has been reported stolen cruising Central Park West Drive. The SVUs all pursue, but Benson gets a phone call from Lucy saying she wants to meet. Instead of calling her back, Liv sort of pursues the violent rapist while concentrating on her own dumb family bullshit. Since she wasn't listening, Liv took the wrong turn at 72nd Street, which allowed the vanners to escape. Moments later, a call comes over the wire. A new victim has been dumped out of a van. This victim is named Amal, and his description of the attack closely matches Ronnie's story. Since his own detectives are doing such a piss-poor job of solving this case, Cragen calls in Wong, who thinks the older attacker, the one who is actually doing the raping, likely had been a victim of rape himself. Suspecting that his detectives are as bad at their jobs as we, the viewers, know they are, Cragen has Morales pull the audio from the failed van pursuit. It proves that Liv was on a phone call while she was supposed to be in pursuit of the violent rapists in the stolen van. Liv then sits down at the cafe where she is to meet Lucy, but is surprised when Simon Marsden sits down instead. Liv tries to walk, but Marsden says he knows she's a detective and suspects that she's working with the NJ cops to ruin his reputation. Liv walks away anyways and later tells Stabler what we're all thinking. This was a mistake. Munch finds the stolen van dumped and burned at the Central Park compost heap. O'Halloran finds a soda can in the van with a thumbprint burned into it, which leads to SWAT taking down the door to Bobby and Jeff Trapito's apartment. Ronnie still refuses to testify. Then Cragen confronts Liv in front of the unit about blowing the pursuit. He expresses extreme displeasure with her commitment to doing the job, which is only cut short when Finn arrives with information that Bobby Trapito had been property of a prison gang while he was in Attica. Marsden shows up at Liv's door saying he wants to talk. He shows her a newspaper clipping of high school-aged Liv that he found in his dead father Joe's stuff. Simon then produces a picture of dear old rapist Dad. Liv tells him that Dad was a rapist. Simon says bullshit. Then Liv tells him about the DNA match. Simon says he's not the stalker NJ cops think he is, which is all Liv needs to hear in order to loosen up and have a nice fun bonding chat with bro. Later that night, Liv gets a call from Captain Millfield. Their stalker finally raped one of the women he'd been following. Donna Leonte is in too much shock to give her account, so Liv tells Millfield that Marsden only left her apartment 3 hours ago. Eventually, Donna settles down and IDs Simon. Liv is granted permission to interview Simon. He claims he doesn't even know the victim. Benson finally comes clean to Cragen about her relationship with Simon, which doesn't exactly make her boss happy. He wonders whether or not he should keep Stabler and Benson on the unit, then tells them to go home. Finn gets interview footage which shows Attica gang members boasting about how often they raped poor Bobby Trapito in prison. In what should be a more satisfying heel turn, Novak threatens to force Bobby to be the national spokesman for male prison rape survivors, which being this episode, he of course thinks is a fate worse than prison itself, so he agrees to admit to his crimes in front of a judge in exchange for serving his prison in a psychiatric facility. With some downtime, Benson and Stabler hang out at Liv's apartment, where Stabler notices that there is a girl in Simon Marsden's high school yearbook with the name Carrie Millfield. Instead of approaching Julia Millfield, not on the job, Benson and Stabler talk to accused rapist Simon, who says that yes, of course he knew the Millfield sister. Marsden says he and Carrie liked each other and that he maybe kind of barely sexually assaulted her after the school dance. Liv demands that Simon admit that he is a rapist just like his father Joe. He says he can never lie to his big sister, then sits down and cries while Liv hugs him. The two disgraced detectives then meet with Captain Millfield, who says they found Simon's DNA in Donna Leonte's panties. The NJ cops go to arrest Marsden, who then jumps bail. Liv tells Stabler that she has no idea where he's hiding out, but I think we all know better. Cragen orders Benson and Stabler to undergo psychiatric assessments or lose their jobs. The doc tells Cragen that even though they are completely codependent and basically committing crimes on the clock, they are his best detectives, and so we are left with a... How could any person watch this episode and come away thinking that Munch and Finn are not much better at their jobs than these two fucking yahoos? Dick Wolf.
It's baffling.
Mary Stuart Masterson says, and lose your best detectives? They fucked everything up.
You just watched this episode?
Finn was your best detective on this episode, and Munch was the second best one.
Fuck off.
These two jerk-offs were at best inconsequential and at worst, like, blew the fucking case that was actually being investigated.
So per the IMDb trivia, which, is made up but seems right.
Sure.
Philadelphia probably has to do with the city's nickname.
Brotherly love.
Boo.
It's bullshit.
Honestly, that's as irritating as a fucking Michael Chernuchin title.
Almost. Yeah. It's bad.
Whatever. All right, guest stars.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have to talk about too many.
Okay,
Kim Delaney's playing Captain Julia Millfield. We talked about her in 193. She really wants to get back to the pretty boy perp with a peen prob that Elliot's probing. That's season 8, episode 19, Florida. I can't believe I read that quickly.
I know, that was good.
It up.
Like you sound like you practiced.
I didn't. That was like... Michael Weston's playing Simon Marsden. We talked about him in 51. You Can't Eat Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Season 8, episode 22, Screwed. Mike Doyle, CSU detective Ryan O'Halloran.
Yeah.
Was discussed in 160, The Hardest Core of Hardcore BDSM Benslers. Yeah. Season 10, episode 22, Zebras.
One of the few people doing their jobs in this episode.
Yeah. And Joel De La Fuente playing Tarutech Ruben Morales. We talked about him in 83. Yeah.
Shout out Audacity.
Torpedoes. Yeah. We're burning through Torpedoes, season 4, episode 15, Pandora. I'm going to hold off on Mary Stuart Masterson playing Dr. Rebecca Hendricks because we'll probably hit an episode where we see her face for more than 5 seconds at the very end of the episode.
Shocking. I was like, oh, Mary Stuart
Why
Masterson
was she even
in
this episode? And then you wait and forget and then it's like, oh Jesus Christ, really? We don't see her face, but this is like the 5th episode she's been in. I don't know why she's here.
Yeah, it's baffling. Good for her though.
Yeah. First up, Gregory Allen.
Oh, good. I'm glad you went there.
As Adam and I know him as Greg Allen Williams.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you went there because he was the person I was most excited about seeing too.
Yeah, absolutely. Detective Faulkner. He was born in Des Moines, Iowa, graduating from East High in Des Moines before attending Coe College, which is in Cedar Rapids. He served in the Marine Corps before pursuing a career in acting. He made his film debut in Above the Law.
Nice.
And then landed in Baywatch the next year, playing Garner Ellerby in 92 episodes of Baywatch.
Fuck yes.
And more importantly, in 24 episodes of Baywatch Nights.
Is Baywatch Nights streaming anywhere? I want to find out real quick.
Or I've seen it streaming before. I'm pretty sure it's on like Tubi or something.
Nice. I'm fine watching ads with Baywatch Nights. It's worth it.
Oh, for sure. That's kind of how it's meant to be watched, I think. Ads in between Donna D'Erico and
how did they solve the
scenery?
How do they solve the letterbox issues though? That's what I want to know. Do they
I'm
put bars on the side, or
I'm assuming it's bars on the side. I don't think
they're not doing like reverse pan and scan.
No, they've got to keep all the cleavage in the shot. So, he's in the films Major League, The Package, In the Line of Fire, Project Alf, Remember the Titans, The Beat, Old School, Be Cool, The Last Atom, Dirty Laundry, Dog Days of Summer, W, The Collector, MacGruber, Slice, Unspoken Words, $1 Million Arm, Like a Country Song, Hero, Terminator Genesis, The Accountant, Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, Almost Christmas, Hidden Figures, Mountaintop, All Saints, Geostorm,
Ooh.
I See You, Freshman Year, Brightburn, and The Banker. I mean, honestly, we could just do a year and a half of Greg Allen Williams films
Seriously.
for Movie Club.
Project Alpha has a great cast, man. Miguel Ferrer, Ed Begley Jr., Martin Sheen. Mark Snow did the music.
If you could be in an Alf TV movie, you're going to be in an Alf TV movie.
I would.
In 1996.
Yeah, I would.
In addition to his work on Baywatches, he's been main cast in the Blues Brothers animated series, City of Angels, Greenleaf, and The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, he sure has. Where he's the only competent member of the entire cast.
Yeah. He's recurring in Hunter, Civil Wars, Dream On, The Sopranos, The West Wing, Boston Public, The District, The Game, Army Wives, Drop Dead Diva, Past Life, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Necessary Roughness, Finding Carter, Secrets and Lies, Powers, The Inspectors, Game of Silence, Containment, The Resident, and Saints and Sinners. During the Rodney King riots, he rescued a Japanese-American motorist who'd been pulled from his car and beaten by a mob, saving the man's life and getting him to a driver who then took him to the nearest hospital. Next up, we've got Roberto David, who's credited as Roberto Purvis here. He's playing Bobby Trapito.
Yeah.
He's a native New Yorker with dual U.S.-Italian citizenship. He attended both Volgograd and Moscow universities, studying Russian Soviet literature and drama before concluding his studies in Italian lit and political science at the University of Rome.
So it's safe to say he has a lot of languages.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You won't believe it when I read off the list. He got his MA in International Affairs and Economics from the Johns Hopkins University School of International Studies in Bologna, Italy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know they had a campus in Italy.
Yeah, they do stuff like that. Like some of the big fancy schools will have those satellite campuses.
He studied film and method acting in Rome at Duce International with Francesca De Sapio. He's bilingual in English and Italian and fluent in Hebrew, Russian, Spanish, and French.
Wow.
He produced and directed the 2008 documentary Walking with Pasolini.
Wow.
I told you I was going to be talking about Pasolini.
Yeah, I was wondering how you're going to sneak that in there. I thought it was just the people that responsible for this episode should be thrown into, a Pasolini-esque pit of despair.
No, this motherfucker directed a documentary about Pasolini.
So safe to say he's done a lot of research.
Sure, yeah.
Seen a lot of that.
He's been in the films Red Riding Hood, Exorcist: The Beginning, 3 Days of Anarchy, Red 2, Half of a Yellow Sun, Starfish, and Dakota. He's main cast in Vento di Ponente. And he had recurring roles in Rome and Glow and Darkness. He's in one episode of Criminal Intent. And we've got Rick Otto playing Detective Joyce, Greg Allen Williams' partner. So Rick Otto's playing Detective Joyce. He was born in Baltimore to a nurse mother and a cop father who eventually rose to the rank of major commanding the homicide division of Baltimore City PD.
Really?
Yeah. After encouragement and guidance from Tom Fontana, co-creator of Homicide: Life on the Streets, while spending time on set of Homicide, Rick Otto scrapped his law school plans and moved to NYC after graduating from Loyola College, choosing to study under Uta Hagen at HB Studio, and then with renowned acting teachers Robert Lewis, William Hickey, and Susan Batson. After acting in some plays and NYU student films, he then moved to Los Angeles, where he met his wife from 1996 to 2019 before he had credits, Vanessa Angel.
Wow.
He's in the films Crazy World, Phantoms, RSVP, The Good Humor Man, A Call to Arms, Red Tails, and Trouble Sleeping. Adam knows him best from his small screen debut in Season 3, Episode 7 of Saved by the Bell, The New Class, Maria's Movie Star, where he's playing Justin Wells. He had recurring roles in The Walking Dead webisodes, Hollywood Heights, and Bosch. He was also
Officer Dozerman.
Officer Dozerman in 14 episodes of The Wire.
Yeah, very memorable run on The Wire.
Yes.
And man, I never would have, in a million years.
You never would have remembered him from that episode of Saved by the Bell, the new class.
No, but I never in a million years would have thought that he was the kid of the fucking major in commanding the homicide detective. Wow. Oh, that's great.
Then we've got Ariane Moayed, who's playing Amal Kanawi.
Yeah.
He was born in Tehran, Iran. His banker father moved the family from Iran to the U.S., settling in Glenview, Illinois, in the greater Chicagoland area when Ariane was 5. He speaks Persian still. He graduated from Glenbrook South High School. He got his BA from Indiana University, appearing in plays while in college, and then moving to Manhattan upon graduation. He co-founded The Waterwell, a theater, education, and film company based out of New York, with his college roommate, director Tom Ridgely. He portrayed Musa in Rajiv Joseph's Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo, opposite Robin Williams, which netted him a Theater World Award and a Tony and Drama League Award nomination. He won an Obie for his turn in another Rajiv Joseph play, Guards at the Taj. He won a Drama Desk Award for his turn in the Tony-winning play The Humans. In October of 2023, he signed the Artists for Ceasefire open letter to Biden, calling for a ceasefire of the Israeli bombardment of Gaza. He's been in the films Arranged, Roadie, Appropriate Behavior, Rosewater, St. Janet, The Rumper Butts.
Interesting.
No idea what that is.
That's not the one you've selected for us.
No.
It's got
Rock the Casbah.
Josh
Abe,
Brenner.
You Hurt My Feelings. Okay.
Vanessa Ray.
Sure.
You know who those
You Hurt My
people are.
Feelings and Retribution. He was main cast in Inventing Anna and Succession.
Yeah. Yes.
He was main cast in season 2 and recurring in the other seasons.
He's Stewie. You know him.
Yeah, he's Stewie. Yeah, you know him, you love him.
Yeah.
He was in multiple episodes of or had recurring roles in Late Night with Conan O'Brien. The following: Believe, Madam Secretary, Love Life, and Ms. Marvel. He's in 1 episode of the original series and 2 Criminal Intents. He is married to Chrissy Shields. They have 2 daughters.
Honestly, for
next up
the longest time, I was like, it's going to be Stewie that takes over.
I know.
I
thought
was
it too.
between,
Yeah.
and then eventually it was clear that it was going to, like, it was kind of telegraphed, before the last season, that it was like, oh yeah, Tom's the one that always survives. But
Yeah.
I had a
the
Stewie
cockroach.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah. You hoped that they would all lose control.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, everybody associated with the family would lose control, and Stewie, who is obviously a terrible
Who has
person,
the real money back, or
who is a terrible person, but is not one of them, so I like him better with the control.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
then we've got Jonathan Kells Phillips playing Ronnie Cavell.
Yeah.
He was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan. He's in the films A Christmas in New York, Doppelganger, and Delicate State. He had recurring roles in Damages, One Life to Live, The Americans, and Condor.
This is his first credit, at least on IMDb. Don't know about stage credits, but it's first TV or film credit.
Then we've got Annie Meisels playing Lucy. She went to Rutgers. She trains professionals on how to optimize their communication and presentation skills for their business, A Powerful Voice.
Okay.
I think it's her business. That's what I could glean from her LinkedIn page.
Yeah.
I often have to go to LinkedIn pages when I'm doing this stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because you log into LinkedIn all the time, are you getting lots of
I get
job
emails all
listings
the time.
about
All
stuff
the-
that
all
has
the-
nothing
all
to
the
do
time.
with your work
So much,
history?
yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
She's in the films 6 Degrees of Separation, Men Lie, Love Is All There Is. Annie Meisels was in multiple episodes or had recurring roles in The Education of Max Bickford and Blue Bloods. She's in 1 more episode of the original series and 1 more SVU. Next up, Michael Carbonaro is playing Jeff Trapito. He's born and raised in Oakdale, New York. on Long Island to a nurse mother and an electrician father attending Connetquot High School in Bohemia, New York. He began performing magic professionally while growing up, earning his college tuition while still in his teens, getting a BA in drama from Tisch at NYU.
Okay.
He earned NYU college tuition.
Yeah, wow.
In his teens. He's known for his Magic Clerk segments on The Tonight Show, starting back in 2003 and running until 2014, when he got his own series, The Carbonaro Effect, which ran for 5 seasons on True TV from 2014 to 2019. He's in the films Another Gay Movie and God Bless America, which is also really awesome and kind of fucked up. The Bobcat Goldthwait movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where father and daughter go on the cross-country killing spree. It's awesome. He had recurring roles in All My Children, Guiding Light, Wizards of Waverly Place, and The Newsroom. He's been married to Peter Stickles since 2014. And lastly, we've got Brian Rogalski playing Brent. We saw him playing Little Pete back in episode 91. This isn't even in a prison rape taunt. This is straight up a holding cell rape taunt. Talking season 10, episode 20.
Okay,
Crush.
so he was one of the
He was the guy taunting. Yeah,
he was the dude, the guy doing the taunt.
Yeah, he's doing the prison rape taunt, and he's the guy.
I remember
talking
exactly
about
now.
passing around Bobby. He was a professional wrestler. He was born in Passaic, New Jersey.
I mean, that's clearly the open to this episode is that.
Absolutely,
scene. And I might not even I might just re-put
that might
it
be
back
the audio. He's in the films Analyze That, The Producers, the 2005 incarnation of it, and Henry's Crime. He's in one more SVU. That one probably. I don't think I checked that, but I think he's just in 2. And he died January 7th, 2014, just shy of his 56th birthday.
No, he's in 3, Josh.
Okay,
so we saw him in
which was Crush.
That was Crush.
10,
so 4 Lust, which we have not seen yet.
Yeah, we have not done that yet.
Yeah.
So this episode, my notes are pretty sparse.
Oh, yeah? Why is that, Josh?
Liv is, because it's a bad episode, Liv is in full bad Liv mode, staking out a brother, refusing to talk to Jersey cops when they get caught up in a drawdown.
I expect season 16 on Liv to be this bad.
Liv and Stabler are
in
just
season
bad.
8. Again, it's I've said before, I don't understand how the show survived Michael Chernuchin. I honestly don't know how it survived season 8 because both the fucking main characters are... I don't know the contract issues in season 8, but it's the show is not going well. You're trying to do a lot of this character building stuff, and I honestly think it's kind of bad. I think the Stabler family shit is very irritating.
I mean, he's estranged from his wife. The whole beginning of season. I mean, I believe he and Kathy are still not together.
Yeah, but this is the whole Danny
all
Beck.
the time in the world to be stalking Liv in the dark of night.
Stalking Liv, stalking her brother.
Stalking a stalker. Yeah. Great. This also has the weird cross-cutting between Stabler and eventually Benson talking with the psychologist, which is at the end of the episode, and the rest of the cold open, which we have to presume is in flashback, even though that's outside of the language of the show.
And it's trying to do something interesting, where wow, their jobs are really on the line. But it's
but this episode is intensely disinterested in anything. It's certainly disinterested in being professional or engaging.
The thing about a show like this, a pure Monster of the Week show, is that you know that the main characters are going to be back next week, right? Especially when it's episode 16.
Season 16. Yeah, episode 16. We're fucking
maybe
2/3 of the way through the season.
Maybe episode 22, maybe you can build up somebody's getting rid off the show. Right, that might happen.
On a 24 episode, but this is not the time of the season where that happens.
Exactly, and it's just so when you have those intercuts where it's their jobs are on the line, they've really gone too far now, and then it just ends with just and you know what? They're also your best detectives. It's fuck you. They're clearly not.
If this is their best detectives, then shut down the NYPD.
Seriously,
entirely.
The unit needs to be folded into something else because this is It's shameful shit. Like, I like the idea that it's kind of... So I don't like that framing of the episode. The way they started... Like, I'm not talking about any of the details about the story, but the way they started the story of Liv, like, sussing out her brother's DNA without giving you any of the build up to that and only telling you later. Because I don't think that this is
She had Warner run the DNA in the episode before.
Oh, she had. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that had not been done before, because that would actually make it kind of interesting if it's really all kind of flowing from...
No, don't worry, Adam. It's not interesting.
Okay, good.
Still.
That circles that square for me, because
yeah, she mentioned in the episode prior that this is per the IMDb trivia again, that she ran a DNA analysis on herself to find relatives and possibly her father.
Yeah.
So
well, that's disappointing, because I kind of like the idea of just like what's going on? What the fuck is Liv doing?
Right, sure.
What is this
that would
bullshit?
be interesting. That would be an interesting way to frame the episode instead. No.
Yeah.
This is picking up a thread from the previous episode.
Yeah. And pretty quickly, Liv gets guns drawn on her by two cops who are actually doing their jobs.
Yeah.
How do you have time? Like, I don't even have a full fucking time job. How do you have time to go do off the books surveillance jobs? Like, what? Like, your job is not a 40-hour a week job. Your job is like an 80-hour a week job.
Especially these two fucks are not doing their job in Jersey while there's a serial rape van situation.
Which we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
We're
going to get to that.
That's the only interesting part of the episode.
Well, this is...
And it's infuriating, but it's at least interesting.
This is rank anti-vanism going on here.
Sure,
I'm deeply offended.
Once again.
As a vanned American, a vanned American, I'm deeply offended.
Adam's favorite movie is Van Wilder.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's just... And then you have these actors. I'm like, oh, both of those actors, I would love to see an episode where they're heavily featured. Nope. Instead
we get this. The other two Vics, their photos at the beginning looked completely AI.
This is pre-AI, Josh. They
I know, but the other two Vics photos.
One was like Anton. I saw the name. I didn't freeze it because I didn't care. But like
they were preposterous. Anton, Anton Chigurh. All right. So Wong sees through Liv.
Yeah.
This is all to do with her father.
Yes, of course, obviously.
Then
look at Wong's office. I don't think we ever.
We rarely see it. We've seen it before, but I mean, we've seen Wong a lot, and we've seen his office maybe 3 times tops.
Yeah, very rare. Now, one note about Simon Marston, and I don't, like, chronologically speaking, in regard to this episode, your notes seem to be kind of a mess, and mine are definitely a mess as far as bouncing around. But they mentioned that he works...
No, mine are just sparse. They don't bounce around at all.
They mentioned that he works as a pharmacist at an all-night drugstore. Now...
That apparently means to them that he has to work 7 nights a week.
I'm calling bullshit on this, because, like, okay, you can work at a pharmacy, right? As, just a front desk person. That is not a pharmacist. A pharmacist is something you have to go to fucking grad school for.
Oh, yeah.
It's not something that is your dead-end job.
You're very well paid.
It's not your dead-end job that you're doing to stay off the streets, like Simon Marston is doing, because your life is a mess. Like what? SVU writers not know what pharmacists do?
I think we are... No. I think we're meant to believe that he still went to graduate school, and that's what he was doing in Jersey City.
I guess. It just...
Because I think his life wasn't ruined until later. Now Julia Millfield is coming for him.
Oh, so now...
Because I think he was scooped up in the Jersey City thing.
Okay. Because it seems like his life is not really put together here, but I guess I could see him.
Well, this is the beginning of the
decline,
unraveling.
Yeah.
Basically, Liv is introduced to his life, and good luck, fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well for anybody, but mostly the viewer.
Certainly doesn't end well for him.
Or us.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. We haven't.
No, it really doesn't end.
I
well
know,
for
I
him.
know, but we have not watched that
Yeah.
yet, right? I know
No,
what
we haven't
happens.
hit that.
but,
No. Yeah. So he says that the police are framing him, and Liv says that police don't just go around making things up. And it's like, you're doing that right now, Liv.
Okay, another thing I want to call bullshit.
You're
on.
actively engaged in making shit up.
Constantly. She does that all the
And
time.
police make shit up all the time.
Yes, constantly. They constantly make shit
Yeah.
up. Now, another thing I want to call bullshit on in this episode is so what Simon Marston is accused of doing by Captain Millfield and her unit.
Rearranging underwear drawers,
It's
essentially.
like, I get that it's creepy, and I get that the women who are victims of this might make a complaint, might lodge a complaint, call the police, and
Yeah.
write a report about it. There is no way in fucking hell that any police department in this country, or probably any other country, is going to do any investigation work on that, much less send an entire unit on
Right.
like weeks long stakeouts. That's never going to happen.
To have plain clothes cops on surveillance on Simon Marston's house, just waiting to catch him red-handed.
That's not
around
happening.
the clock.
It's not happening.
And you know what's weird about that scene is that's at night, right?
Which scene? When
The scene where Simon is still at the house.
it is.
That's at night.
It is at
Yeah.
night. It's the same. I mean, it's I guarantee you.
But
that
he
it's-
couldn't possibly be there because he's a pharmacist who has to be working at night, right?
Yeah, he's an alleged pharmacist, even though I'm not entirely sure that SVU understands that pharmacists, like...
But Neil Baer went to fucking med school, dude.
You're right. But
He's 100% sure.
I guarantee
I'm
that
100% sure
doctors-
that Neil Baer knows that pharmacists had to go to grad
doctors
school.
don't necessarily know that pharmacists went to grad school.
He knows that pharmacists...
Doctors are assholes, and they think everybody's below them.
Well, surgeons especially.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Are you projecting here,
No,
Adam?
no. But a lot of them are. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Not the ones that I'm related to. Okay, well, closely related.
Not at least
to.
one of the ones that you're related to.
No. Some of the other ones
Not the one
are.
that you live with.
Yeah, not the one I live with.
So, if Liv never finds Simon, again, spoiler alert, is he still alive? Also, if Liv is doing her fucking job, we have one less victim of a... I mean, it's ultimately not a hate crime, but of whatever the fuck this is here.
Liv is doing her job like when she's supposed to be.
If Liv is doing her actual
pursuing
job.
violent
Yeah.
criminals, as opposed to setting up cafe
Making
meet
a
and
call,
greets.
setting up a dinner date with Simon's
Yeah,
Simon's
to share
girlfriend.
some clippings for her scrapbook.
Jesus Christ. Wong...
Like, she does know that,
Wong
like
thinks-
there's caller ID on a cell phone, right? You can call back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told my wife.
You can hide it.
I told my wife I would call her back while we were doing our interview. I certainly would tell fucking Lucy, Simon Marston's girlfriend, that I'm going to call her back when I'm in pursuit of violent criminals.
All right, so Wong thinks that the perps are someone who got raped in prison. Simon shows up instead of his girlfriend and accuses her of being just another cop who's trying to railroad him. Of course, then Cragen has done his due diligence and figured out that Liv was fucking around on the phone.
Audacity
instead
shout
of-
out. Ruben was using... Was
he actually using Audacity?
Well, it
or did
wasn't. It
just
was
look
the.
like
They've done this
Audacity?
before, where there's like they put like they put like graphics up, but the waveform is clearly Audacity. You know, it's cut and pasted from Audacity.
Yeah.
So it looks like then we find out that there's been a rape. He's escalating. He has his mitts in more than just the drawers right now.
Well, first, so Cragen's pissed. He's really pissed at them. Then
I just feel like Cragen should lose his job over this.
Everyone should lose their jobs over this.
Not Munch and Finn.
Then
They're
Elliot,
fine. Munch and Finn are fine. They're doing good work.
Then Elliot saved Liv instead of the boy in the LDP episode Fault.
Yeah.
We find that out.
Yeah, I fully blacked out during each one of the Mary Stuart Masterson bits.
Sure, with cause, with cause. Then Liv says, "I'm proof that your dad is a raper." Then we find out that while Simon is either at Liv's or on his way back to New Jersey from Liv's, which even at that hour would not be fast.
No, it goes pretty quick. It's depending on where you're going to Jersey. I forget what town they're supposed to be in. I didn't write it down.
Something Park.
You can.
The subtitle said River Park, but that's not obviously a real place.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyways, you can, going from Midtown, like if there's no traffic going through the tunnels, which at night there often isn't, it goes pretty fast.
Now, when Julia comes to Benson saying, whatever, she says that Simon was with her. Why would she give Simon's time frame at all if Simon is accusing the police there of trying to railroad him? Why would she give up that information?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Up until 3 hours ago, if she's doing an investigation on her own anyway, which she is,
but she's also
why would she? She's very willing to immediately default to, oh, the cops are right, and then very willing again on the turn of a dime, oh no,
he ain't heavy, he's my brother,
It's so dumb.
And nothing about what Liv does in this episode makes sense. Nothing.
No, it's not nonsensical
because it's like she's it's like she's in Memento, and every person she's Donald Trump, and every time she sits down with somebody and they tell her what they believe, she's like, "Yeah, I believe that. That sounds great. Yeah, you're great. I believe that." She's a fucking child, and it's like finding out she has a brother just breaks her brain. It's why? Of course you have a brother. I'm sorry, but your dad was a rapist. Don't you assume that he probably raped somebody else? I mean, maybe he had a family. Who gives a shit? He probably raped somebody else if he raped Serena. I would assume that happened. I would not assume that because they share half of the DNA that I share, that they're fucking the best person in the world, and I need to go out of my way to protect them from fucking justice.
They're also I could never lie to my big sister.
What? You've never met her before.
the one you've known for a day. Okay.
I love when they're just laughing and chatting and sharing a drink. It's like, what is going on here? What am I on drugs?
Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops? Of course it's Captain Crunch. No one likes Fruit Loops. Fuck both of you.
Honestly,
don't even. If you say you like Fruit Loops,
no.
This podcast, this is the last episode.
I'm about to to stand up for my little guy here. So, my son had been a Honey Nut Cheerios man for a long time.
Sure,
it's good.
I mean,
it's a good
he's got
compromise.
Omar in the blood.
It's a good compromise, right? It's like
Omar's in the blood,
almost healthy, but it's also sweet.
Does he always whistle Farmer of the Dell when he's getting his?
Obviously, when he's getting his Honey Nut. He pronounces it exactly the same way too.
He better too.
Anyway,
I had a bowl of Honey Nut today.
Yeah, it's good. It's great cereal.
It's great.
Yeah. Somebody who I also live with, who will remain nameless, thought that he would like regular Cheerios mixed with Fruit Loops, and he did for 2 days, and now we got this regular Cheerios mixed with Fruit Loops it's not moving out the door. It's like the heads.
Was this idea because you had Fruit Loops left from something and we're trying to get rid of them?
No, she found it specifically for this purpose. The Fiends have moved to the other side. They're going to the east side.
That's the dark side, man.
Anyways, where were we? Talking about Fruit Loops.
At least you'll still have your Honey Nut, right?
I mean, I need to get more. We're out right now. And,
oh man,
I just need to make it happen. Dump that out and clean the Clean the bin. I only got one cereal bin, so I'm not gonna like keep it full of bad product. All right, I guess we should talk about this episode.
Yeah, we're almost done. So then we're at them threatening. They find the guys. They threaten to feed the tapes to Dateline.
Yeah, which is very
where
funny.
he's going to become the face of the prison rape epidemic.
Honestly, if it weren't like
wildly fucked up,
such
here.
an offensive plotline, it is kind of hilarious.
No, I mean it's hilarious, but holy shit!
What about
like,
also
this is
that Ronnie?
one of the most offensive things.
What about Ronnie can't testify because it moved? Like his reason for not testifying is it moved.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up in cross.
This will get some problematic points.
I can't tell you how much.
You don't need to admit that.
How excited I was to watch a Novak court scene where the defense was trying to argue that it moved on cross.
Yeah.
That was denied us.
Now I'm sorry, but did it move? Okay. So we get the Liv being very quick to believe and then not believe him, and then again not believe.
Is
whatever.
she a child?
So
like, does she have no critical thinking skills? Like, you don't know this person. Like,
this is also where the "I could never lie to my big sister" line comes in, which is hilarious.
It's preposterous.
The weird thing is, I actually don't hate Simon. I hate Liv with Simon. Liv with him loses all ability to act like a fucking.
I kind of think that. Yeah, I kind of think that it's like it's not his fault, right? Like,
no, it's not his fault.
Michael Weston does a good job, and
with a terrible character.
Exactly.
I mean, one of the dumbest characters that's ever been in SVU.
Which
like,
is
as far
saying
as
a
like
lot.
how it's written,
which is
how
saying
it's
a
written,
lot because
because we're 228 episodes in now,
and recurring characters don't.
I guess we've repeated two, but
recurring characters don't fare very well.
No,
but yeah, Simon is one of the worst.
Yeah,
god damn.
We've seen where this all ends up. Fuck all this, but fuck Julia Millfield first. Mm-hmm. And then finally, it's very weird to show Mary Stuart Masterson's face one fucking time with 5 seconds left to go in the episode. What the fuck?
Top billed guest star. Okay.
Because reasons. All right. Let's wrap this up.
Guys, every week we rank these episodes. We rank on our own 4 criteria 10-point scale. We rank on the overall quality of the episode, the quality of the guests therein, how problematic the episode was, and the depth and breadth of lives ruined. I hate this episode a lot.
Yeah. Quality's a 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly...
We don't even need to talk about it.
Like,
it's a 1.
Like, I can watch The Good Girl and be like, this is unprofessional and bad, but I watch this one and I'm like, it actively upsets me to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just passively bad, it is actively bad.
It makes its 2 primary characters just fucking morons. Especially the lead, the main character for 25 seasons. This is the dumbest shit we see her do.
But both of them. Stabler too.
Well, Stabler's just like acting to have his partner's back,
he's
who
doing
he wants
the
to
thin
fuck
blue
because
line
he's separated
thing.
from his wife.
Yeah.
No, he wants to fuck his partner.
That's true.
Because he sees his window closing.
And Danny Beck fucked off back to her, whatever.
Went back off to fucking Danish
Danish Brooklyn.
She's hanging out with the other fucking Mormons.
She's in Little Copenhagen somewhere.
Whatever.
All right. So, the quality, very bad. Let's go inside out. Depth and breadth of lives ruined. I really feel like the viewers' lives were the most ruined by this episode.
Yeah.
Anybody that like cared about the character of Olivia Benson's life was ruined.
Is like seriously questioning how they should care about this character. Yeah.
Again, the underwriters of the show, I don't know how they watch this and be like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll back this for another season.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, you watch this and you wonder, is this the end?
Yeah.
Is this on the way out the door? Because this is terrible.
Yeah.
Are they writing out the two main characters? Because if they are, okay, fine. But if they want to keep these two going, bad news.
Like, I love Ice-T and Belzer, but I don't know if they work as the leads in this time slot. So we gotta change things up here.
Yeah. They're gonna go with Lake and I don't know, some new sex kitten.
Yeah, but yeah,
because it's a Dick Wolf property.
Greylick and Lake show. Grey Lake.
Grake.
Man, Hardwick and Lake sounds like a law firm. That would be, not that I like Hardwick as a character, but we never got to see their back and forth. She's
Would have been fun. Would have been fun.
She's the defense attorney, and he's her investigator. It's kind of like a Matlock for the 2000s.
Yeah, that's what we all want.
Maybe she'll tune her banjo sometimes for us.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe
that code? Is that a euphemism, Adam?
Maybe a fucking Gomer Pyle will show up inexplicably once in a while.
Every once in a while, Chester Lake will help her restring her banjo.
You know what that means, don't you? All right, so Death and Breath of Lives Ruined.
It's not a 1.
It's not much more than a 1, though, because we have 3 victims who barely.
But you also have to wrap in the prison rape epidemic.
Yeah, but that kind of almost takes it down a notch, because the one bit of joy and glee that we get is those Attica guys. Can we say like a 3?
3?
We both said 3.
It should be more, but the episode
should be much
is so
higher
bad.
because of
it's given such a backseat to the live bullshit.
Yeah, even the victim.
Well, we have Donna Leonti.
No, but even Donna Leonti is given like
she's lying. She's lying. We know that she's lying. We know that she has fingered Simon at Julia's behest.
Yes,
Julia tells her that it was Simon.
Yes, we know that, but in the context of this episode, we don't know that yet. But still, we know that she's not a true victim like Ronnie or Amal or the other 2 guys that didn't get interviewed because they gave about 5 minutes to that plot. It should be much higher because
it should be much higher, but this episode is not professional.
I mean, there's no bodies dropped, so
Right.
But we have given episodes with bodies dropping not very high scores. So.
Sure.
Anyways,
execution matters in this score.
Yes. I mean, I think honestly it gets bumped from a 2 to a 3 because.
Are we moving to?
No, because what's his name? I really like Stewie, and I thought he was a good actor and landed that. Okay, so let's move to problematic. It is tough. It has the prison rape guys. They're fun. Which is kind of countermanded by everything that Liv does and everything that Stabler does. And basically everything that Cragen does, because honestly, like, how many times
how they're
Cragen
not just suspended
their fucking jobs? How did Jeffries get bounced from the unit and these 2 fucking assholes are still on it?
Yeah, it's baffling.
Because what Liv is doing here is much worse than what got Jeffries kicked off the unit.
But we do still have the scene where a nameless person is interviewing these 2 inmates.
Which is good. Good shit. Really good.
So it's like a 3, right?
Yeah, I think 3 is fine.
I mean, in a normal episode, that 30 seconds of unadulterated, like, what the fuck? I'm seeing this on network TV? Like, in a normal episode, that would bump that up to like a 7 or 8.
Yeah,
that's how unprofessional this episode is, because you're going to hear it at the beginning and maybe at the end. And,
it's wild. It's wild
It's
stuff.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's wild.
No, I mean, I'll probably, the way I see it.
You could split it in 2, maybe.
No, I'll have the full thing at the front, unless it's really long. I don't think it was that long. And then at the end, I'll put Cragen threatening to fire them, which he should have done.
Yeah.
Which
he should have fired him.
Yeah. Everybody's life would be better. Now, guests, it's not their fault. All of the guests are fine. But we can't give it a very high score. I'm sorry.
No, but Brian Rogalski, mad props.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
one
yeah,
of
it's
the two
not. It's
prisoners.
not on you, dude.
No, he was great.
Yeah.
One of the two prisoners?
Yeah, the
two
prisoners. Both
are
the
amazing.
prisoners were great. So that would probably be. I'm assuming it's Joseph DeGrazia and Brian Rogalski. I'm assuming those were the two.
Yeah, I
prisoners.
assume it's Deacon and Brent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were great. Arian Moyed, great. Gregory Allen Williams and Rick Otto, great. But we run into
underutilized.
Yeah, underutilized.
And we get a lot of Kim Delaney and Michael Weston doing the work that they're doing.
And again,
And it's not on Michael Weston necessarily, but like both are not doing much that is fun.
I'm not having fun watching it. That's for sure.
No.
And I'm not having fun watching whatever's going on with those weird Mary Stuart Masterson
a 2?
flash forwards. I was going to say a 2. Again, I feel bad about giving it a 2 because
Sure.
But we
Maybe it is a 3 because of the prison.
No,
You're right. It's 2. It's 2.
We're bummed. Like
Yeah.
watching this episode
No, it's a 2.
is so brutal that giving categories points above
Anything
one,
below 1 is
we're bumping it, right? So we're giving it
yeah.
like it's a 2.25 on our composite score, but this might be my least
that
favorite
doesn't
episode.
feel low enough.
This might be my least favorite episode that we've watched.
It's definitely not my least favorite episode, but it's in the bottom 10,
It's
certainly.
Yeah,
And the score, I don't think that 2.25 gets it actually to bottom 10.
it's just outside of it. I mean, the Undiscovered Country. Wow, Jesus Christ, that was so bad. Man Down.
So, heading over to episode .lol, which was built for this podcast by friend of the pod, Flet, who's also the co-creator of Cinequote.net, your daily movie quote trivia game. I think my streak's at 53 right now. Might be a little higher. Cinequote.net, of course, is also co-created by our Unkind Rewind co-host, Sean McGrath. Thanks, Flet. The tape is spinning. Bill and Ted are unhappy. And we have landed in season 3,
Okay.
episode 23, Silence. A murder in a church leads Benson and Stabler to an alleged cover-up involving sexual abuse by a priest.
Huh.
The co-stars include Eric Stoltz.
Ooh.
I don't know who these other guest stars are.
But I mean,
Doesn't matter.
Sean
Stoltz.
Dugan. I feel that's somebody. I don't know.
I
recognize
worked
that
with a
guy.
Sean Dugan with 2 G's.
It's 1G. It's 1G Dugan.
I know, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Christopher Mann feels like he's somebody. Jane Howdy Shell is, I think she's that character actress who, you'd recognize her from things. She's
Oh, we got Donnelly.
isn't she in, if I remember correctly, she's in Only Murders in the Building.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, she's the kind of bitchy old neighbor.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's. Oh yeah. She's the bitchy old
and that
neighbor
episode-
who dies.
That episode is written by Patrick Harbinson, who wrote this episode that we just watched.
Oh, okay. Well,
Back-to-back Harbinson.
apparently they misspelled Eric Stoltz's name in the credits.
Oh, I hope. Maybe he made them spell it that way. Maybe he's different for TV.
I don't know.
I'm joking.
I don't know. I don't know if it works that way, but well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
This is one I've definitely watched, but
I have zero recollection.
not in a long
None
time
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Good. We haven't had a good stunt cast in a while. And he's a priest.
Do you think he's playing Marty McFly in this one?
He's playing a priest, Josh. Well, these are all questions we can ask next week. In the meantime, we've already pitched.
We're burning a lot of valuable podcasts next week.
Yeah. We've already pitched the Patreon, so you guys already know about that. But if you want to talk about this episode,
sign up, and make sure to sign up through the
your
Patreon
browser.
page.
Yeah, we'll keep
through
repeating
the
that.
iOS app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the App Store. Sign up through your browser page. That's fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Apple can get
30%.
fucked. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Don't do it. White lines. Don't do it.
Yep.
So do that. If you want to discuss this episode, though, and what a shit show it was, or if you are that one fan out there that loves SVU for Simon Marsden
and wants to take us to task,
please tell us why we're wrong. You can do that at our Discord channel. The place to sign up for that is going to be you're going to find links in our show notes or at our website, which is munchbybenson.com, or you can find all kinds of links to our merch page at Zazzle and to our email address and to our various social media accounts. All those places we're at Munch by Benson. Especially, we're mostly posting at Love Studs these days, but we are still posting
exclusively.
Occasionally
I actually closed. I don't even remember the passwords. I can't log into anything but Love Studs.
If you know, you know. Marnie for life. But yeah, guys, what am I missing? I think we touched those bases. So I think it's time for me to get to bed. I got to get up in a few hours. And yeah, I think it's time to get out there and start munching. Thank you, Randomizer, for sending us something good.
Maybe. We still don't know that it's good, but at least it gives us the Stoltz.
It's Eric Stoltz as a pedophile priest. It can't be worse than
we don't know that
Simon
he's the
Wars.
pedo. He could be the good priest.
Guys, we love you. Thanks for putting up with us. Thanks for the
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Go watch Possessed. Listen to the Michelangelo Milano interview.
Yeah, watch Possessed. You'll be so happy.
You will. It's going to spark joy if you watch Possessed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Way more than any of that Marie Kondo bullshit will.
Yeah.
Possessed will make your life better. Marie Kondo might not.
But guys, I think it's time. It's time for me to go to bed. It's way past my bedtime. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've still got COVID, so
yeah, get some rest, dude. Fluids.
Yeah.
Put fluids in your mouth, Josh.
Will do.
Why should I keep you at all? Just go home.